Paula Vennells has good reason to look upset today because the judgment of the inquiry was cast firmly at her. She was called craven and self-serving. She was accused of hiding behind a cloud of denial. And now, let's first of all see her doing one of her Theresa May moments, weeping as if that's going to change our opinion of her character, her job, and her future.
You failed to ask the right questions. You couldn't be bothered, could you, Miss Vance? The risk was too great. Looking under that rock, you're going to find a problem. It's going to devastate the post office, ruin it. You couldn't let that happen, could you, Miss Vance?
I loved the post office. I gave it... I worked as hard as I possibly could to deliver the best post office for the UK. It would have been wonderful to have 30,000 post office branches. That would have been the best outcome ever, to have had more post offices in their communities.
And then be aware that she's now, having been lachrymose, she's now portrayed as disloyal and backstabbing. She's named 4 or 5 people. Is it 5 people? I've only got down here 4. Mike Young, Susan Crichton, Chris Ojud, and Jane McLeod. Jane McLeod is the person who's refused to appear and could not be compelled to appear even remotely from Australia. And of course, lots of the excuses that now Paula Vennells is piling on are about what she discussed with Jane McLeod. So that can't really be challenged. How clever is that? But she's hiding behind cloying managerial speak was one of the comments. But the other one, which I think is absolutely devastating, is made by Edward Henry, one of the barristers there. You preach compassion, but you don't practice it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And she preaches control. This is what she was. She was in charge. And yet she wants us to feel pity. She wants us to feel that she was doing what she'd been told to do. By whom? She was in charge. This is a demonstration of how not to behave as a leader. This is a demonstration of craven nothingness. If this is the person who had set out to lead the post offices, if this is the person who set out to lead an NHS trust, this is a person who will lead nothing in future. And, a pathetic display by a pathetic excuse for power. And this is somebody who has used her power and hidden behind the edifice, the carapace of power for so long. A deeply, deeply shocking portrayal of human frailty and the madness of control.